Continues in the penalty phase of the Stephen Hayes trial again this morning. And Fox Connecticut's Tom Lewis is live from New Haven, and he's got an update for us. Tom?
Logan, we could find out more about what prison life has been like for Stephen Hayes when testimony continues here in the penalty phase of his murder trial. Yesterday, several current and former Department of Corrections officers talked about how it's been a struggle to keep him alive in jail, keeping him on suicide watch, fearing for his safety with other inmates, and a startling report presented by the prosecution, a report that says earlier this year, Stephen Hayes tried to kill a prison guard. Much of yesterday's testimony focused on the time that Stephen Hayes has spent in prison since his arrest in the Cheshire home invasion murders 3 years ago. As Commissioner of the DOC, Teresa Lance testified that keeping Hayes and Komisarjevsky safe while locked up was a daunting task, saying there was a lot of emotion and media attention. Lance said she had a heightened sense of security and safety for the two prisoners. She cited cases of other notorious criminals, such as Jeffrey Dahmer and Massachusetts pedophile priest John Gogan, both of whom were killed by fellow inmates. Lance says she believes Hayes and Komisarjevsky needed to be placed in isolation. Hayes on suicide watch. Former corrections officer Frederick LeVake also took the stand. Under cross-examination, prosecutors presented a document showing that Hayes had threatened to kill a corrections officer by, quote, ripping your heart out and shoving it down your bleeping throat. Prosecutors hammering home the point that Hayes remains a violent threat and deserves the ultimate punishment, death by lethal injection. Okay, there was also some controversial testimony about what Stephen Hayes' life would be like should he be spared the death penalty, talking about would he be a special needs prisoner. In other words, would he get television, air conditioning, the right to make telephone calls? Fred LeVake under cross-examination said yes, that would probably be the case. What's on schedule today? More testimony. Closing arguments will happen most likely on Friday. And then the jury will deliberate the fate of Stephen Hayes as early as Monday. Reporting live outside the courthouse, Tom Lewis with Fox Connecticut.
Tom, thanks. High-speed